For more dialogue on population data, just go to my playlist entitled Populations, where I share different content about population data. And I hope you enjoy this specific dialogue. Thanks for tuning in. Hello, and I hope all is well for you today. And in this population-based series, we will be discussing anything from articles to news reports, potential conspiracy theories, and assessing population data. So if that's something you're interested in, hopefully you will enjoy this dialogue. And in this episode, we will be talking about population data. In this episode, we will be looking at the population of the world's continents. We will be looking at this list of continents from least to greatest population size. And we will be assessing each continent in terms of its population, growth rates, and projections. Although there is a 20, 30, 40, and 50 population projection in typical episodes of this series, from what I can gather, the population data for continents isn't from that model and is instead 2038, 2048, and 2058. Today's episode features Africa, Antarctica, Asia, Oceania, Europe, North America, South America. Let us begin with the continent of Antarctica. Antarctica, as per World Population Review, has no indigenous inhabitants, but is populated by permanent and summer-only staff. Antarctica's population is comprised mainly of scientific research staff at its many research stations. Antarctica is claimed by 7 countries. Each of these countries maintain a base in Antarctica: Argentina, Australia, Chile, France, Norway, New Zealand, the United Kingdom. United States, Russia, and Brazil reserve the right to claim territory in Antarctica, and though they have not made a claim, they each maintain a permanent presence there. The number of residents varies from 1,100 in winter to around 4,400 in the summer months. The countries with at least 100 people in Antarctica during peak summer are Argentina 667, Australia 200, Chile 359, France 125, Italy 102, Japan 125, Russia 429, United Kingdom 217, United States 1,293. According to kidsworldtravelguide.com, it states, Australia, which is part of Oceania, is often referred to as the name of the continent, but referring it to Oceania allows us to include the other islands surrounding Australia. Otherwise, they would not be included in the 7-continent model. For this dialogue, we will be referring to not Australia, but the continent of Oceania. Oceania. Oceania has a 2023 growth rate of 1.19%. Oceania has a 2023 current population of 45,575,769. Now let us look at the population projections for Oceania for the years 2038, 2048, and 2058. By 2038, Oceania will have a 0.89% growth rate and is set to increase to 52,000,000 969,218. By 2048, Oceania will have a 0.71% growth rate and is set to increase to 57,092,749. By 2058, Oceania will have a 0.55% growth rate and is set to increase to 60,530,754. South America. South America 2023 growth rate is 0.66%. South America has a 2023 population of 439,719,009. Now let us look at the population projections for South America for the years 2038, 2048, and 2058. By 2038, South America's growth rate will be 0.43%, and its population is set to increase to 477,772,585. By 2048, South America will have a 0.19% growth rate, and its population is set to increase to 489,881,201. By 2058, South America will have a 0% growth rate and is set to increase to 492,045,451. North America. North America has a 2023 growth rate of 0.64%. North America has a 2023 population of 604,155,369. Now let us look at the population projections for North America for the years 2038, 2048, and 2058. By 2038, North America will have a 0.47% growth rate and is set to increase to 656,096,694. By 2048, North America will have a 0.26% growth rate and is set to increase to 676,818,251. By 2058, North America will have a 0.12% growth rate and is set to increase to 686,666,629. Europe. Europe has a 2023 growth rate of negative 0.17%. Europe has a 2023 current population of 741,869,197. Now let us look at the population projections for Europe for the years 2038, 2048, and 2058. By 2038, Europe will have a negative 0.2% growth rate and is set to lower to 725,370,364. By 2048, Europe will have a negative 0.27% growth rate and is set to lower to 707,198,265. By 2058, Europe will have a negative 0.39% growth rate and is set to lower to 681,796,711. Africa. Africa has a 2023 growth rate of 2.37%. Africa has a 2023 current population of 1,460,476,458. Now let us look at the population projections for Africa for the years 2038, 2048, and 2058. By 2038, Africa will have a 2.3% growth rate and is set to increase to 2,015,301,530. By 2048, Africa will have a 1.71% growth rate and is set to increase to 2,407,302,469. By 2058, Africa will have a 1.4% growth rate and is set to increase to 2,788,097,121. Asia. Asia has a 2023 growth rate of 0.64%. Asia has a 2023 current population of 4,751,819,588. Now let us look at the population projections for Asia for the years 2038, 2048, and 2058. By 2038, Asia will have a 0.42% growth rate and is set to increase to 5,138,633,821. By 2048, Asia will have a 0.21% growth rate and is set to increase to 5,277,764,712. By 2058, Asia will have a negative 0.2% growth rate and is set to increase to 5,297,545,096. Well, that is all we have for today's episode, and I hope you enjoyed this discussion, where we looked at the populations of the world's continents. Thank you so much for listening, and stay tuned for more.